there you go, the HomePod. So this is the HomePod. In case you're wondering, by the way, where's the cable? You can actually remove the cable. We have to apply a lot of force, but the cable is removable, so that's awesome. But this is the HomePod. This is Apple's new smart speaker, and the reviews on this thing have been, well, quite interesting. Pretty much everyone has said that the sound quality on this thing was really good, but the smart functionality wasn't that great. Now, the HomePod actually released on Friday officially, so 2 days ago. So here's my unboxing and my initial review of the Apple HomePod after 3 days of playing around with this thing. So grab some snacks, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so taking a look at the HomePod's box first. Well, this is actually the shipping box, not, the actual HomePod box. So we get the exact same style as the iPhone and the MacBook boxes, the shipping boxes. So all you have to do is just remove the box seal on the top, and there we go. We finally get to the actual HomePod box. So on the front, we get an image of the HomePod, which in my case is the space gray model. Now, interesting enough, it does look quite white on this box. I'm curious to see how the color actually looks like on the actual HomePod. Then on the top of the box, we get an image of the top of the HomePod. We get Apple logo on the left and the right sides, and that's pretty much it. On the back, we get another image of the HomePod, so essentially the same thing as on the front. And then finally on the bottom, we get a listing of the specs as well as the supported devices, so iPhone 5S and newer. And same as with the iPhone boxes, we don't get a plastic wrap that you need a knife to cut anymore. Instead, we actually get this pullable tab on the top, which removes the whole plastic wrap in a wrap. Haha. Yeah, okay, that was a pretty bad joke. So let me just remove the plastic wrap, and let me just remove the top of the box, and there it is. The HomePod is just sitting there waiting to play some proper Justin Bieber music. Bad joke again. Taking the HomePod out of the box, and whoa, this thing is so heavy, but also so tiny. So as you can see, there's a power plug attached to the HomePod, which can actually be removed, just as I said in the intro. And then finally, we also get a booklet on the bottom of the box. So designed by Apple in California. Inside that, we get a quick start guide, which basically tells you a few things on how to get started with a HomePod and the actual button controls, Siri, a few commands, and so on. And then we get the warranty and the safety guide. And finally, we get not 2, not 3, but actually just one single Apple sticker. And that's pretty much it. So that was the box of the HomePod, a pretty simplistic and straightforward design. Now, moving on to my initial review of the HomePod, there are quite a few things that I want to point out. So first things first, this thing is really, really, really small. So I don't know, I was expecting this to be around the same height as a 2015-2016 MacBook Pro 15-inch, but in fact it's so much smaller, comparable to, guess what, an iPhone 10 actually. And yes, the HomePod is also surprisingly heavy. I can barely lift this thing with one hand. Hashtag take Daniel to the gym. But other than that, it looks very, very good. I love the material on this thing. It's very similar in terms of the color to Google's own charcoal color that I have on the Google Home or the Google Home Mini. Also, I love the cable on this thing. So unlike the one that you get on the iMacs or the Apple TV, which is actually slippery and made out of soft plastic, this one is actually covered in some sort of fabric, which perfectly matches the material on the HomePod. And then the cable itself is actually quite long, in case you're wondering, so that's quite useful to have as well. Now, setting the HomePod up is quite easy. You just have to plug it in, and then soon after you'll hear a startup sound. And then all you have to do is just hold your iOS device, in my case an iPhone 10, right next to it, and you'll get this pop-up card, which is quite similar to the one you get with the AirPods when you set them up for the first time. And this allows you to, set the HomePod up. And that's pretty much it. Now keep in mind that you do need to be on iOS 11 or later to set this thing up. And then you also need an iPhone 5S or newer, an iPad mini 2 or newer, or an iPod Touch 6th generation or newer. Well, there's anything newer than that out when it comes to iPod Touches. But yeah, if you have anything older, you're kind of out of luck when it comes to a HomePod. But after it's paired, you just select where your HomePod is located, which in my case, it would have to be the living room because, yes guys, my secret Batcave hideout is actually my living room, which is also my kitchen. Okay, moving on. Okay, so my HomePod is now fully set up. I've been using this thing for the past 3 days, and now here's my actual first impressions with a HomePod. So first things first, the sound quality. This is probably what you all care about the most. So the sound quality on this thing is outstanding. It's really, really good. I was actually impressed when I maxed out the volume on this thing. My Windows started shaking like crazy, and I'm not talking about Windows 10. So very, very good sound quality, a very impressive volume for how small this thing is. Now let's move on to the not so great parts. Well, Siri isn't that smart, so just as I expected, just as I mentioned in my previous HomePod video, the HomePod 12 things you need to know before buying. In that video, I said that Apple basically has 4 different Siris. So the first one is the iOS Siri, which is quite good. And then you have the Apple Watch Siri, which is a bit more limited. Then you have the Siri on the Macs, which is even more limited. Then you actually have a 4th one, which is the Apple TV Siri. And then you have the 5th one, which is, the HomePod Siri. Which is not that great. For example, when you ask her to see what's on my calendar, she cannot really answer that question for some strange reason. But there you go. Something very interesting is that Siri can actually hear you, or the HomePod, even when the volume is maxed out, which is crazy. This is definitely not the case with the Google Home. So in the end, it feels like Siri on the HomePod was designed with the music in mind, while Siri on the Apple TV was designed with, just movies in mind. So for example, I tried telling the HomePod to play a movie on my Apple TV, and guess what it did? Instead of playing the movie, it actually played the soundtrack from that movie, obviously on the HomePod and not a TV. So just as I said, the HomePod Siri is designed mostly for music, not movies or anything else. So it's quite limited if you compare it to the iOS Siri, but other than that, if you only care about music, it's okay in terms of Siri, that is. Okay, so in the end, what are my thoughts on the Apple HomePod? Well, to be honest, it sounds amazing. So the sound quality is really, really good. On a scale from 1 to 10, if 10 was the most amazing sound you've ever heard, this would be a solid 3.5, which is actually pretty good. So it sounds amazing, but Siri is not that great at the moment because it lacks a lot of features. Even if you take a look at, for example, AirPlay 2.0, and also pairing with multiple HomePods that you have across your house. If you want to play the same song across multiple rooms, for example, you cannot really do that because AirPlay 2.0 isn't supported yet. It will be coming in a future update, but at the moment, it's not supported. And then on top of all this, it only works with Apple Music, so no Google Home, no Google Play Music, no Spotify. You can still stream those via AirPlay if you want to do that, but no direct support included in the HomePod for anything other than Apple Music. Okay, so the big question, should you get an Apple HomePod? Well, my answer to this would be, if you're already in the Apple ecosystem and you already use Apple Music, then yes, it's an amazing speaker, and it's one of those things just like, the AirPods or the Apple Watch. You don't really think you need one until you get it, and once you do get it, you cannot really live without it. It's that awesome. So yeah, sound quality is amazing. Siri is not as smart, but that would be updated in a future update somewhere, maybe, and hopefully in 2018. But other than that, this was my unboxing and my initial review of the HomePod, the Apple HomePod. But obviously this was not my full in-depth review, so definitely subscribe if you want to see that as soon as it comes out. I do want to do a bit more testing with this and use it, especially Siri, and use it in a bit more scenarios. So definitely stay tuned for my in-depth review, and also don't forget to turn on notifications by tapping on that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as a brand new cool epic tech video comes out. But yeah, other than that, let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on the HomePod. What do you think about the HomePod? Do you think it's worth it? Do you have one? And other than that, feel free to give it a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know. I'm Daniel. See you guys in my next one. Son of Tech, signing out. Cheers.